Hey, hello, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Indian Hill Tomahawk Stadium. It's a cold, cloud, and windy night here at Tomahawk Stadium. Paul Nyhard joined alongside Bobby Schmidt for one of the biggest matchups in the state this year, as this Indian Hill lacrosse team is set to take on the Dublin Scioto Irish. Now, Bob, you're a lacrosse enthusiast. What do you make of this important state matchup?
Boy, Paul, you and me, we both saw Indian Hill take on Moeller on Tuesday night, and that was one heck of a game. I don't think that game can even touch what we're about to see tonight.
As that game was so huge, Indian Hill beat Moeller 11-8 to capture its second consecutive city title in just as many years. Tonight this is a big matchup, even a bigger matchup for this Indian Hill Braves team after just three games from a huge game against Moeller.
Definitely, Paul, and that score to the Moeller game was a little bit more of a little bit deceiving. It was a lot closer than the final score showed.
Well, set to take the matchup here as we just about get underway is going to be Cole Kuzno for the Braves and number 23 for Dublin Scioto, Curtis Johansson.
And everybody knows how good Cole is at taking those face-offs.
Indian Hill is facing their biggest challenge tonight. This possibly for a state playoff home field advantage for these teams, and we're underway here as the Braves fight for opening possession. Goes out to Scioto, who's passed along the side. Shot on goal!
No.
And just like that, goal by Nick Gallagher for Dublin Scioto just 10 seconds into this game. So just underway before we even have a chance to catch our breath from our wonderful introduction. This Dublin Scioto team gets off to a hot start, Bob.
Braves better do something about that. That's not going to work out for the entire game.
That was just quick 1-2-3 passing right there, and that was maybe the Braves getting caught off guard there. It's too close to call, I'd say.
After that great national anthem, I think the Braves might still have been a little teary-eyed.
Yeah,
got to get into it.
And I think they will. As we take another face-off here, it's Cole Kuzno gets the ball wrestled away from him by number 23, Curtis Johansson for Dublin Scioto.
That's surprising to see Cole lose two consecutive face-offs like that. He might not lose two in a game. That's not looking good for the Braves.
Yeah, it's still early, Bob.
Oh, definitely. I'm not counting them out.
Oh, sure not. A ball stolen by Matthew McCaw as he takes it upfield, looking for a offender to pass it to.
A little bit on Matt. He had probably a career game against Moeller on Tuesday night. Just played tremendous.
Indian Hill's Cole Kuzno comes in. He takes a shot on goal, but it's deflected nicely by Dublin Scioto goaler Krista Steven. It still remains Brave possession. Matthew McCall outside the perimeter, back to Cole Kuzno.
Cole looking to set something up, it looks like. Maybe start up a play to get the Braves on the board. A little bit lighter crowd than we had Tuesday night, wouldn't you say, Paul?
Yeah, like I said at the beginning, it's a cold and cloudy night. It's a late arriving crowd at best. As that shot or that pass by Matthew McCall is deflected, but the possession goes back to Adam Tolliver, the Braves, who gets the ball knocked free. Yeah, as we said, it's a cold, cloudy night out here, and we're expecting some thunderstorms later on this evening, but it'll be difficult to say if this crowd, bronze up.
Oh.
Ball is still on the ground here as Indian Hill's not picking up the loose ball as yet. It goes out to Dublin Scioto, who passes up the field. They have numbers. They're looking for a man to pass it off to. Passed off. Shot on the goal. No, it's a pass. Another shot on the goal. No, it's no good.
Good defense by Ryan Bartel.
Ryan Bartel playing aggressive defense there, but he's going to be whistled for a foul. Bob, early on, we're only 2 minutes into this game, but it seems like just looking at the sheer numbers in the depth chart that Scioto has more size than Indian Hill, although it seems like Indian Hill has more speed. How does that make this game develop?
I think it's going to be a really interesting game. I think that maybe early on, while the size is still, a factor for Scioto, they might have a little bit of dominance, but I think later in the game, fatigue's going to set in, the speed's going to take over.
And Dublin Scioto scores its second goal in just as many minutes. Brett Warner with the goal there as he had cut inside, received a beautiful pass from it looked like who was that? That was looks like Nick Gallagher, who just scored the first goal for this team. So right now Dublin Scioto is coming out crisp. They're coming out clean, and they've got themselves a 2-0 lead, Bob.
Yeah. Braves better do something about this.
Yep.
David Kiriakis taking the face-off now. And
he gets beat to the punch.
And he gets beat, too. That's 3 lost face-offs for the Braves, and that is not a good thing if you're Coach Gavin Chamberlain.
Ball is going to be out of bounds to this Indian Hill team. And, with all the rain we had today, it looks like that's definitely going to play a factor, although this is brand spanking new turf here at Tomahawk Stadium. Looks like perhaps that ball might be a little too slick for this Braves team to handle, and the conditions are definitely going to be a factor, Bob.
Well, the grass itself might be a little wet, but there's no water on that field. People don't know this field can handle up to 6 inches of rain an hour, Paul.
I certainly didn't know that, Bob, and that's a little factoid that we love
Yeah.
to give out to our viewers. 6 inches of rain an hour, that's why you pay $500,000 for it.
Oh, yeah,
Nice
definitely.
shot that was deflected by an Indian Hill defender. And Chris Stokely's leaving a wide open goal here, yet he gets back in time. Oh, nice pass down. Oh,
man.
Number 3 for Dublin Scioto. Adam Miner had a chance there to shoot for the goal, but he decided to pass it off to his man, and he put it in easy. And it's now a 3-0 Dublin lead as this Indian Hill team is they're getting beat to the punch early, and it looks like Gavin Chamberlain's going to call a timeout here.
Yeah, I think that's a much-needed timeout, Paul. Maybe bring them together. I think, the big game, pressure's on them.
Sure. This is Indian Hill's first year in Division I, and they're playing their toughest Division I opponent yet in Dublin Scioto, and right now Dublin Scioto is giving them everything they can handle and then some.
Well, Scioto's a good team, and they just had a big game. If I'm not mistaken, it was Wednesday night, had a big win. And, I think that's still in the Braves' mind. Maybe they got to get past that a little bit.
This Dublin Scioto team is nicknamed the Irish. Looking down the roster, there's not too many Irish-looking guys, so where that's derived from is beyond me. Nonetheless.
Yeah, I didn't see too much red hair out there, Paul.
Yeah. Nonetheless, this Braves team's going to come out after this timeout looking to get something going. A lot of time left in this game, and Indian Hills, they're too good to give up now, and obviously that's what Coach Gavin Chamberlain called that timeout for. Nonetheless, the Dublin Scioto Irish are going to come out, and they got momentum on their side, so they're going to see what they can do with it. Bob, another face-off here as we talk about how crucial these have become.
Yeah, there we go. That's the Cole Kuzno we're used to seeing right there. Oh, but that's not.
Oh, yeah, it looked like a nice screen job there by Ryan Bartel.
Yeah, good defense by Ryan Bartel.
But they're going to call this one Indian Hill ball, much to the dismay of this Dublin Kaufman crowd.
As it should be, Paul.
Yeah. Did you like that call there, Bob? I couldn't see from our angle up here in the press booth.
I was actually checking the stat sheet at the time,
Sure.
so I missed it.
Here comes Chris Stokely out of goal here, which is dangerous against this Dublin Scioto team who has the ball. There's an open goal. Shot on the pass down. Number 22 for Scioto takes a shot with Chris Stokely in his face, and it is knocked away.
That was close, Paul.
Yeah, Chris Stokely, we saw a lot of that back in the Muller game, and he got away with that every now and then. He gets a nice pass down.
Nice pass to Adam Tall.
He looks to advance down. He cuts through the defense. He passes off to Cole Kuzno, who passes wide to Sean Chamberlain.
Sean Chamberlain giving chase.
Yeah, Sean Chamberlain, probably Indian Hill's best man, hasn't seen too much action as the attackman today. So, pass down. Nice defense by Dublin's big man, number 40 there. That's Charlie Norden, probably their best defenseman from, as our scouts say.
And he's a big kid too, Paul.
Sure.
I mean,
corn-fed.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a senior defenseman. He's pretty big out there.
I believe I'm told he's going to attend the Ohio State University next year and play lacrosse there on a full scholarship. So
wow, that's pretty impressive.
That tells you exactly what his talents have taken him so far, Bob.
I mean, he makes Eddie Frisia look small. Who doesn't look small next to too many people?
No, he's. I mean, you could sit him on a few phone booths and he'd still be up in the rafters. So.
Yeah.
Indian Hill defense here, trying to get this loose ball as this Dublin Scioto team jumped out to a lightning quick 3-0 lead. Yet it's still early with 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Loose ball will get back in Indian Hill possession in the hands of Alex Cole, who passes over Ross Beckstermuller.
Come on, get it, Adam.
Right now, this Indian Hill team is just playing a little sloppy, it looks like. Playing real sloppy as now Ross Beckstermuller gives that a nice little shot there with his driver and gets that upfield.
Almost looks like you think the weather's playing a little bit of a factor out there for him?
I think it looks like that ball, it seems like this Indian Hill team's having a little trouble gripping that ball. Looks like it's a little saturated. Maybe, I don't know who would have something to do with that, but I mean the ground, the turf you said could hold up to 6 inches of water, so we'll just have to see about that, see how that develops. Here comes Matt McCall. He comes down, has a ball knocked loose from him by a Dublin defender. Dublin's pressing up the field here. They've got numbers. through the Indian Hill defense. Loose ball on the ground, and a foul's going to be called here, I believe.
Who's offside?
Looks like offsides on Indian Hill.
Offsides on Indian Hill. Initially, this guy had it towards Indian Hill possession, but it looks like he reversed it back towards Dublin Scioto. Nonetheless, Dublin Scioto is going to get the ball back on their side of the field. Oh, nice save by Chris Stokely there. As Adam Tolliver has the ball, he looks to press it upfield. He passes to David Kariakis, who's got some wheels. He passes it up. He's looking to advance and make Indian Hill's first legit shot. He passes off to Sean Chamberlain. Passes down.
Oh,
and
man.
It's wide right.
I thought he had that.
Bob, do you think Sean should have taken that shot there, or do you think that was a good extra pass?
It would have been contested shot, but I think that's something that Sean could have handled, maybe trying to get the easy goal to Will. I don't know. It's tough to say, but you got to respect him as the captain and respect his decision out there.
Sure. Sean Chamberlain, also another Division I collegiate player who's signed for a full ride. He'll be attending Stony Brook University in Long Island, New York next year. He's a dandy.
Yeah, and the nice thing for him is he's a native of Long Island. Grew up there, and it's good that he gets to go home.
Sure. It looks like too many guys on the field for this Indian Hill team.
More sloppy play by the Braves, not what we want to see.
I think after those first two quick goals by this Dublin Scioto team, Indian Hill was looking kind of cross-eyed, and this got thrown out of their game a little. I think right now they're looking to just get a big break in momentum and see what they can't do. Bob?
It looks like there's maybe a little confusion with this Scioto bench there. Little personnel problem,
sure.
Seems.
Well, early on before this game, as we got a break in action, Indian Hill's JV played Dublin's JV, and we didn't quite get a score on that game, and we didn't know how that one turned out, but I'm sure it was an excellent matchup nonetheless. Actually, Bob, did you happen to catch that game? Or?
I caught the tail end of it. It was not a pretty game on behalf of Indian Hill. They were defeated by a 14-3 deficit.
Oh, okay. Well, we got the score in the game, and it was some serious popping going around, and looks like it's going to be a personal foul against Indian Hill, and it's going to be Dublin's ball there, as now things are starting to get a little bit more physical.
It's good to see that the Scioto fans, brought those, clapper thingies.
Sure,
Paul.
I mean,
those are always great for unwanted noise.
As is, the case in this situation. But they should have a great showing here tonight. And the more interesting thing I see is the guy brought his own personal camcorder, which I'm not sure why, because this game's obviously televised on IHTN. Here's a chance for Dublin Scioto to get something going, yet they pass it up and stand behind the goal to try to reset their offense here and try to get another shot opportunity. He's being face guarded by Mike Doran here. We can't quite see who that is from our angle. Nonetheless, it's passed high, and if Indian Hill can get that off, that'd be a big break for them. It's kicked. I'm not sure if that's legal, but that's fine, I guess.
Oh, come on.
So Dublin Scioto has it up. They pass it off. They've got 5-on-5 here. There's a shot on goal. There's going to be there's laundry in the field here. So
yeah, that's the first flag we've seen tonight too, Paul.
Yeah.
Looks like a slashing call.
Against
Indian Hill.
Against Indian Hill,
yeah.
Okay.
So the Braves will be a man down with Mike Dorn in the penalty box, and he's not a guy you want to have out of the game, Paul.
Sure, he's a physical guy, and the Braves almost lost him today, but they got him back, and he's in there playing.
Yeah, we can't forget the D stick or the D wanding, which he performed in the Moeller game. That was something else. You don't see that too often, Paul.
Now, that was an exciting moment in that game, probably a turning point. And right now, Indian Hill's looking for a turning point with 5 minutes left in the first quarter, with Dublin Scioto winning 3-0 against this Brave team.
Yeah, in lacrosse, so much can happen to change the momentum. I mean, something such as a D sticking or a big hit, can change the momentum, and that's what the Braves needed the other night.
There's a shot on goal that's blocked nicely by Chris Stokely, who passes up to Ross Beckstermuller. He's looking for a man he can pass it to. Indian Hill, number 5, long stick midi. Ross Beckstermuller passes it up, and Eddie Ferrugia gets one of his rare touches for the evening. He passes it off to Sean Chamberlain's got a shot, but it's deflected from behind. He got a great look at that, but looks like Dublin Scioto.
Charlie Norton,
whose name
number
I'm
40.
Sure we'll be calling quite often tonight. Got it deflected and got out of the goal.
Made a nice play, too, to reach behind Sean there and deflect that ball.
That's now Indian Hill's second chance at the goal this quarter, and hopefully they can capitalize more.
Braves failing to convert on plays that they normally do.
Here's a loose ball opportunity for Indian Hill. Looks like that's
Mike Dorn.
Mike Dorn back in the game. He picks it up, and we're looking for the call here. It seems like looks like it's going to go back to Dublin Scioto possession, as the refs are hiding lots of information from us here early on.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Unless you're an announcer. Nonetheless, this Dublin Scioto team pushes it onward and passes it onward. They're really being patient on offense, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be with a 3-0 lead like this.
I mean, I don't know if they saw tape from the Mueller game, but Mueller did a great job of working the perimeter and had a lot of success with it against the Braves, and it almost looks like that's what Scioto's trying to do here early on.
They're getting lots of shots on goal, and Chris Stokely has brought his A game, and he's stopping everything. Here the ball goes off Mike Dorn as he comes off the field. Nonetheless, David Kiriakis picks it up. Indian Hill is just crossed up on all angles right now, and they're just not playing their best.
Great hustle by Matt McCall to get over there and get that ball.
Here's David Kiriakis with the ball. He's looking for a man to pass it to, yet finds no one, and comes back out towards the right. Tries to hit Eddie Ferrugia, but it just goes long. Oh, right, that just goes right through the wickets of Alex Cole, as Indian Hill just cannot pick up a loose ball right now. It comes down, shot blocked by Chris Stokely once again. He passes down, he picks up Sean Chamberlain, Indian Hill's best man, who tries to get the ball to Eddie Ferrugia.
Get there, Eddie.
It's a loose ball on the ground. He's got the big man, defensive man, Jeff Schneider, chasing him down.
Yeah, number 19. He's a big one, too.
Sure. I wonder what they're putting in the water in Dublin Scioto, but whatever it is, it's
let's just hope it's not steroids.
Sure.
Hopefully it's natural.
Nonetheless, it's going to be Indian Hill possession still, and they've got probably their longest offensive series going right here for them as Cole Cousineau comes around the goal and just gets popped. So that's a sign of what's going on early for this Braves team. Nonetheless, there's a ground ball here that Adam Tolliver just can't handle. He's getting some serious heat from all angles here. Nonetheless, Cole Cousineau's down with Indian Hill's possession. He gets it back to Sean Chamberlain. He's looking for a man to pass to. He's got a cut man. It's 12 over. And he scores Indian Hill's first goal. And just like that, Indian Hill gets on the board 3-1 with 1:36 left in the first quarter. Well, we talked about turning points early on, and maybe this is the first one as Indian Hill got a good offensive series, fought off this Dublin team, Sean Chamberlain made a nice pass to Will Mulmer, and he put it in the goal, Bob.
Oh, yeah, great play by, Sean and Will. Great job. They converted on that. But, Paul, I was looking at the clock. I think that's the longest Indian Hill's gone this year without scoring.
Sure. I mean, this is their toughest competition, so it wouldn't surprise me. Face-off here is going to be, looks like that's, is that Case Cousineau in there?
Yeah.
Case Cousineau taking the matchup.
The younger brother of Cole Cousineau. Yeah. He's a freshman.
He's got that quick first step, so Coach Gavin Chamberlain try to see what he could throw at him here.
Well, if he can be half as good as his brother is at taking those face-offs, Indian Hill's going to be in good luck for about the next 4 years.
I mean, yeah, he's only a freshman sensation at this point, so he's only got room to grow.
Yeah.
Oh, cut in by Dublin, and there's a goal back just like that. You can see it coming from up here. David Castagnola for Dublin Scioto scores the goal, and you can see he was being face guarded by his man. He cut outside and then made a quick step back in, and he was right on communication with his teammate. Passed it to him, cut in, and Chris Stokely just had no chance.
Yeah, that was a great move by him to get open and get a good look at the goal, and made a good shot on it too.
So Indian Hill scores a goal, and 30 seconds later, this Dublin Scioto team comes back and scores one just as quick, and it's now a 4-1 Scioto lead. Back in the game here is now Cole Cousineau.
And Cole's going to get called for a slash, it looks like. And he also broke his stick too, Paul.
Yeah, look at that. I've never seen that before. He slashed and his head of the stick fell off, and he's not happy with himself right now. He's a little ticked off at frustration for this team losing and losing another face-off, which he's just not familiar with.
Yeah, Cole's definitely frustrated down there. He's pacing the sidelines. He's definitely not happy, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know, why should he be? I mean, those sticks aren't cheap, and in this economy, it's a tough situation
Yeah,
for us
yeah.
all.
I mean, the war has screwed up the economy. It's.
Well, you know, it's probably the things that preceded the war, Bob. It's
Yeah.
the economic factors, you know, the supply and demand, but you know, it's just too long to get into at this point.
Yeah, Alan Greenspan's doing a great job.
I
with
think
that,
he's doing fine, but nonetheless, this Dublin scioto team out at the perimeter's got a offensive chance here. They've really taken their time here, made that extra pass. Here's a chance for Indian Hill to get something going. Ryan Bartell comes up with the loose ball. He's looking for a man to pass it downfield to. He's come double teamed against the side. He's got Sean Chamberlain open, but he doesn't see him. He doesn't see him. He's going to come down the field all the way. He's got Eddie Ferrugia in front of him. And he can't find him, and he throws it into the hands of the bad guys. And Dublin scioto, in his perspective, the bad guys.
Charlie Norden again.
There he is. There's a shot on the goal, and it just sizzles
high.
wide. Looks like, who was that took that shot? I think it was David Castagnola had sights of that goal all the way. Nonetheless, at the end of the first period, this Dublin scioto team has come out hot. They've come out fired. They've come out crisp and very fundamental. And they lead this Indian Hill team 4-1 at the end of one period.
I hate to say it, Paul, but Scioto looks really good tonight.
They have outplayed this Indian Hill team in the first.
They did not drive 2 hours for nothing. They're not going to go down without a fight. And this game's just going to get better and better.
I feel at the end of this game we'll have this is going to be great competition, and we're only going to see probably two of the best teams in Ohio. You know, it's a cliche here all the time, but no losers will walk off this field this evening.
I mean, I don't know how the pairings will wind up, but this, I mean, we could be seeing this could be the state championship game potentially.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, not too many people have purchased ducats as of now, but it seems like it's a late arriving crowd, and many fans are going to get their money's worth.
Yeah, it's starting to fill up a little bit here as the first quarter concludes. I know there were some other Indian Hill sports, so some of the students might have been a little bit occupied tonight. But looks like the Braves fan club's really starting to turn out.
Sure. Well, with one period of play over with, and as we just start the second period of play here eventually as the teams break out of their huddle, Paul Neihart joins side Bobby Schmidt. Bob, we've commented on the first quarter. What can we expect in the second quarter of play?
I think you can definitely expect a very similar game. Might see the Braves, pace themselves maybe a little bit more. But all in all, the Braves are really going to have to work at it, and this team is not going to go down without a fight. They're very big physically, and I think we're going to have to wait up maybe a little bit more until that third and fourth quarter, until that fatigue starts to set in, the Braves' speed can come into play.
I read you completely, Bob. The face-off here is now going to be taken by Adam Tolliver. This is something new we haven't seen. This Indian Hill team in the Moore game just flipped back and forth between Cole Kuzno and David Kariakis taking the face-off. Now we got plenty of fresh faces as Adam Tolliver is diving left and right for this ball. He recovers the possession. It gets knocked free by, geez, who's that? They got green guys all over the place. Like surrounded by little leprechauns, it looks like at this point. It looks like Charlie Norden, the big man who we've said so much about tonight. He's going to go all the way with it. He stumbles over his own feet.
Not exactly light on his feet, though.
No, he let it go. But this Dublin coaching staff wants a foul called, and if clumsiness is a foul, so be it, I guess. And it looks like they're going to get it here. Once again, these refs are being very, very secretive.
And once again, cold night. That's the second stick. Ross Bexer, starting defenseman for the Braves, has just broken his stick. So that's 2 sticks broken now for the Braves. Just a little side note.
Which either says that this Dublin team has a stronger grip, or the wear and tear of the season is.
The cold weather definitely is a factor. A lot of lacrosse players don't like to play when it's cold out because they go through maybe 1 or 2 shafts a game.
Oh, you'll find that in any sport too.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, we're back into play here, and Dublin scioto is going to have the possession as they had most of the first period, and that pass sails high over the Dublin defender, and that was just a lazy pass there, I believe, by Dublin's number 9. Yeah, Brandon Davis just let that one fly over. That's pretty much the first mistake that Dublin's made this entire evening.
Yeah, that's the first mistake we have seen, Paul. I think you're right on that one. Maybe the Braves can do something with it.
Here comes Cole Kuzno. He's going to take it himself. He comes around. The ball gets slapped loose by number 28. Excellent defensive play.
Oh, nice hit by Cole.
What a nice layout by
Wow.
Kuzno. And the laundry's going to come out on that one.
I don't know what that's for.
That's going to call. He's going to call it push, face slap, technical foul thingy against somebody. Who's the call on?
Looks like it's on the Braves.
And that's it's not a likable call by this Indian Hill team. And once again, another.
No, that's going to be on Scioto.
Is it going to be on Scioto?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, these Braves fans are yelling that was a horrible call, but now the call's been switched. And as we said, these refs have been very furtive about their calls tonight. So.
Cold night, people tightening up. Adam Tava right now, he's down on the Braves sideline doing some stretches. Looks like he may have had a cramp.
Looks like that could be a groin pull.
Yeah, he came out hobbling a little bit, and head trainer Terry Conti's down there with him taking a look.
3 Indian Hill offenders around the ball. Oh, and a check from behind, and they're going to call. Yeah, they're going to call the push against number 40, Charlie Norden, who totally hit Will Vollmer from behind there, and they called that. So Indian Hill possession from the side here.
And that's not right, and that's not the rule of this game, Paul. I don't like to see that.
Here's Matt McCall. He passes it off to his cut man.
Oh!
Will Vollmer!
Jeez!
Second goal for the Braves as he gets chucked down and still managed to get it in. And this Indian Hill team is showing life as they have scored their second goal as they now only trail by 2 with 10:46 left in the second period, Bob.
And Will Vollmer took a shot walking through that approach in there, to take his shot, and he got laid out.
Yeah, he got hit pretty good, but he got up, and that's why they wear pads, Bob.
Yeah. I mean, Vollmer's a tough kid. I mean, I think he boxes in his spare time and weight trains, so he should be fine.
Yeah, it's boxing builds toughness.
Yeah.
So as we've seen a lot here is a lot of broken sticks, a lot of cold hands. And another thing is we talked about how slippery this field might be, although it is brand spanking new turf here at Tomahawk Stadium. Lots of guys are slipping and sliding around, and that's only to be expected. A lot of guys are going with different cleats, some molded, some replacement, some just plain old tennis shoes, But I believe the molded's probably best here, and the guys that aren't falling are the guys that aren't molded. As this Braves team starts up their stomp and cheer thingy.
They got this going against Muller on Tuesday, and boy, did it get the team pumped up.
This Dublin team, though, however, countering with their hand clappers, which, is silence the crowd. Now this Dublin team's got their slappers ready. They're ready to go, and right now it's a battle of the teams and it's a battle of the fans, which just defines this sport.
Well, you got the fans mixed here, Paul, and sometimes in a game like this, emotions fly and things can get kind of ugly.
Yep. However, that's why the refs are here, nonetheless. Nonetheless, Dublin kicks off possession here with another pass that sails high. It's a chase for the ball, and Cole picks it up. Nice hustle by Cole Cousineau. Passes off to Danny Johnson, who forgot something behind. Nonetheless, Will Vollmer picks it up, and he tries to send it in, and Danny Johnson gets checked from behind again. So he's had a rough couple of plays. Alex Cole picks it up. Nice hustle. He's looking for a man to pass it down to.
Maybe looking at Eddie Ferrugia there. No, over to Sean Chamberlain.
Eddie Ferrugia, Indian Hill's leading scorer, has not seen too many touches tonight.
No, it looks like they're trying to isolate him a little bit so he can't get any touches, but that's fine when you got number 39 down there playing for you.
Yeah, they've been very, very physical on him. They've guarded him like a very violent masseuse, and here comes Cole Cousineau, who gets pumped up. He took that one himself. He put in the goal, and right now this Indian Hill team is only down 1, but that means nothing because, ladies and gentlemen, in this announcer's opinion, we have a brand new ball game.
Yeah, I definitely agree, Paul. That was a great shot by Cole, and the momentum swing that we were talking about on that first mistake with Scioto. It's going to be a good one.
Now, they're now saying the score is 4-2. Why? I'm not sure. But, as we said, they've been pretty furtive to the announcers tonight. Maybe it's something we said, but they're hiding lots of stuff from us. But it's a 4-2 lead now, and there's the ball left on the IH symbol.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand that either. Maybe at halftime we can get some clarification from our stat guys.
I mean, we've seen 3 goals go in, haven't we, Paul?
Yeah, I'm no math guy, but I can see the net and the ball, and it's. Nonetheless, this Dublin Scioto team has come out and they've struggled a bit on defense. As this offense for Indian Hill has now found their groove, it seems like.
I'm still puzzled by that. How it's only 4-2.
Yeah, it would behoove the goalkeeper to add on another one there because it seems like that just doesn't make any sense.
But we'll get the solution to that at halftime for you folks, and we'll let you know.
This Indian Hill fans just as discombobulated here over the matter of where that extra goal went. Where it is, I'm not sure. Nonetheless, Ryan Bartell makes an excellent play and comes up with the ball recovery. Chris Stokely gets the ball. He passes it up to his teammate Ross Beckstermuller, team captain for the Indian Hill Brave team, who throws it wide of Sean Chamberlain back into the hands of Dublin Scioto. They pass it up. They're looking for another man. Passed off,
down.
another cut man, another pass.
Better watch it.
And a shot off Chris Stokely, and that went in, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to count as a goal, and that's going to be a 5-2 Scioto lead.
No question about that one going in there, was there, Paul?
So that's now a 3-goal deficit over just one goal that's somewhere vanished. You know?
Yeah.
That's tough to say at this point. But, you know, that Dublin Scioto team, they just work so crisply, it seems like. That 1-2-3 passing before you know it, the ball's in the goal.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of moving the ball tonight. I mean, light on their feet, quick hands. They're playing like a Division I championship lacrosse team tonight, Paul.
Yeah. Looks like a penalty is going to be called here against David Kariakis for chucking a guy down, and you know it doesn't seem like this referee was too confident in that call there, and that's definitely something, you know. But yeah, as this Dublin Scioto team comes down to pass the ball off, they're down low. They're looking for some offense to get going. Ladies and gentlemen, just a friendly reminder as we have 8.5 minutes left here in this second period of play with Scioto leading the Indian Hill Braves 5-2. We're coming here to you live, tape style, from Tomahawk Stadium. Chris Stokely looking for the ball. He's got the goal wide open. He's scratching for the ball, and it comes out to Ryan Bartell, who shovels it off to Chris Stokely and who passes it down to his man, Ross Beckstermuller. If the Indian Hill team can press this up, they've got some numbers. It's going to be a 4-on-4 as Adam Tolliver passes it off to Indian Hill's attackman, Sean Chamberlain, who passes it back to Tolliver, who can't handle it. Ooh, Sean Chamberlain tried to get it down to Adam Tolliver there, but he just couldn't hook up with him. Bobby, it doesn't seem like Indian Hill's running on all cylinders here tonight. That's maybe partly due to their play and partly due to the aggressive play of Scioto themselves.
I think that's a lot to do with it. I mean, I don't think Indian Hill's been rushed like this and had the pressure that Scioto's putting on them. They haven't faced that yet, thus far this year.
As Danny Johnson tries to knock his opponent in next Tuesday and gets him again, but he's going to be called for that foul. Yeah, it looks like he's looking to lice some guys up left and right, but he looks like he got him a little bit too far from behind and didn't get him enough from the side.
I got word up from the field on what had happened with that goal. There were two men. There was a Scioto player and a Braves player in the penalty box. And the Scioto player was facing a 30-second penalty while the Indian Hill player was facing a minute penalty, and the Indian Hill player left early, returned to play, so there was no legal man on the field, and the Indian Hill scorekeeper pointed that out, so the goal was removed.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the best color commentator in the history of public access, Bobby Schmidt, as he clears that one up for us, and he turns translucent into transparent, so there you go. As this Dublin Scioto team maintains possession once again, and they're looking to get another goal here to widen their three-point lead here. They get another shot on goal, saved by Chris Stokely. This Indian Hill team needs to recover this ball and get this ball downfield. It's Cole Cousineau who gets harassed by three guys, and they're going to throw the flag. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely a slash on Scioto.
This Indian Hill Braves team looking to get some more momentum back after they were only down at seemingly one goal, but then all of a sudden that goal was taken away. Scioto scores another one, and now it's a 3-0 or a 3-point lead for the Sciotos. They're 5-2.
And Scioto will be a man down for 1 minute. It's number 15, David Castelluna, in the penalty box.
Another Irishman, I guess.
Yeah, that must be Irish.
Yeah. Cole Cousineau, who's been Indian Hill's fiercest player in this game so far, as he's seen the most touches, passes it off as Indian Hill now rotates it around the outside. Looks like they're setting up some play here, Bob.
Yeah, maybe trying to get something working. I recognize that formation. They got a man cutting through the middle. Looked like Matt McCall.
Oh, they were trying to hit McCall there, yeah. Unless Indian Hill's going to get another chance at it here. It's now swung around to Eddie, who hasn't had a shot all game.
They're playing him tight. They got number 19 out there on him.
Matt McCall slings a shot, but it's no good. And, yeah, it was a nice save there. It was Krista Stephen. We haven't talked much about him because Indiana hasn't had too many legitimate shots, but he's tended a pretty nice game so far through this first half for Dublin. And so is Chris Stokely, who's now made probably his 10th or so save. I'm not sure, but we have a stop in action.
And it's going to be Scioto ball.
Why? We don't know. It just is,
Yeah.
No hand signal, just a little wave thingy, and either he's waving at the people in the Warren press box or he's just calling a play. I'm not sure. It's just.
I think the wink was directed towards us.
I think so. I mean, we've got the eyes of eagles up here, so.
Yeah.
Once again, Dublin Scioto has another chance to widen their lead. With this Indian Hill team playing much better in the second quarter, they've been able to hold off any other Scioto advances. As this ball is on the ground, and Indian Hill's trying to come up with this loose ball, and it comes to Ross Beckstermuller, passes up to Matt McCall as he tries to get something going for this Indian Hill team.
Ryan Bartel. We've seen a lot of Indian Hill defensemen taking the ball downfield so far tonight, haven't we, Paul?
We sure have. I think that's more just the Indian Hill getting out of their groove. And speaking of getting out of the groove, Gavin Chamberlain smells something fishy, and he calls himself a timeout.
That's probably a good idea. 5:15 before halftime, I think you maybe call that timeout, rest them up, and then, try and get something going so halftime isn't so bad.
It's been said I have the memory of an elephant, and if I recall correctly on Tuesday during the Moeller game, with 4 minutes left in the half, he called the timeout too. So I think maybe that's with 5 minutes left in this half, maybe he sees something in terms of fatigue. I'm not sure. It's just going into half, why take those timeouts with you, But
Well, I think that's pretty consistent in his coaching style. I think that's something that he likes to do. He likes to get them in before halftime, get a game plan going, and then hopefully good things will happen for him. Gavin's a great coach, though. You just can't say enough great things about the guy. Great person, great role model for these kids. Really what you like to see, being a coach for one of your programs.
It's a cliche here on and off, often and, on and that sort of thing. But, he's the first guy there and the last guy to leave, and that's just so true of him,
Oh, he really is. I mean, he's out there early. I mean, he's got, commitment to his players. He tries to help them, tries to be a friend and a coach, and he does a great job of, splitting the two.
Sure. Nonetheless, Indian Hill will have a possession here with 5 minutes left in the half. They're not out of this game by any means, and they have a chance to, if they get a goal here and a goal there, they could have one of those things and get right back in this game.
Yeah, I think that goal getting taken away from the Braves there was really hurt their momentum and hurt their confidence a little bit.
Sure. Sean Chamberlain trying to get back this Indian Hill momentum. Passes it to Will Vollmer, who just can't handle it. Goes out of bounds to Scioto.
And that's been the story for the Braves so far tonight, Paul. Just so close, but yet so far. And, we all know, what almost means.
Now, Bob, we talked about this early on. The Clappers are a presence this Braves team hasn't faced this year. You think that's a factor in here?
The Clappers are a definite factor. I mean, I can think of sports that I've participated in where people have had those. They throw you off your game more than you would think.
Because this game is so much about timing, and when that timing could be disrupted by such thing as a noisemaker or what have you, foghorn, it's just you think these guys would be used to it, but you really don't.
Oh, those Clappers, they'll throw you off for just a split second. And in lacrosse, with those time plays, that split second can be the difference, Paul.
Well, as announcing, we're getting thrown off just hearing them because they're right up in our grill. So if anybody's feeling the wrath of them, it's us.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely up here, and I've had trouble keeping my concentration a little bit tonight.
Well, nonetheless, this Indian Hill team comes down. Nice catch by Adam Tauber. He's got a man hot from behind. He breaks it up to Cole Cousineau, who's been Indian Hill's most consistent player tonight. Passes off to freshman sensation Danny Johnson and tries to get this Indian Hill offense going.
Cole Cousineau is going to set up a play, it looks like, for the Braves. They generally like to have Cole do that for him. He's very good at it, knows the offense well.
Eddie Fruccia's first shot sails high. You can tell he's just itching to take a shot at that goal, and that one had a little bit too much heat on it and sailed high.
Yeah, but, that's not a bad shot for Eddie. We've seen him take those time and time again. He'll make them.
Pass by Will Vollmer, almost intercepted by Dublin's Kyle Henning. Nonetheless, Cole has it. Looks like he's looking to take him. I'm not sure here, but I just get that itching.
Cole trying to make something happen. He's not getting much any looks. Eddie Frugia does a good job recovering there.
There's going to be a flag here. Yeah. Still pass to
man.
Danny Johnson, I believe, and that one still couldn't go in. That would have been a big shot there as Indian Hill. There was a penalty called on Dublin scioto, so there'll now be a man down.
Yep, it's going to be a slash on scioto. Be 1 minute.
As we mentioned before, Eddie's been roughed around there pretty good, and looks like they're finally calling that. It looks like Jeff Schneider is going to take a quick blow in the penalty box.
Well, that's the man who's been covering Eddie Ferrugia, number 20 for the Braves, so maybe this will be an opportunity for him to make something happen.
Passes off to Matt McCall, who's around. Indian Hill swinging around the perimeter here. Cuts into Matt. Oh, he gets another shot. Matt is getting just roughed around. The presence inside of number 40, Charlie Norton, is just too much for this Braves team to cut in right now, and they've been scouted well by the Scioto team. Another shot just went wild there, and the flag is wanted by this Indian Hill team for interference with a shot of some sort. Nonetheless, Indian Hill still has a possession here and a chance to get a goal out of this series. It's like Cole Cousineau swinging it around. Back to Eddie Ferrugia. Here comes Matt McCall cutting. He shoots and it's deflected. Once again, every time he gets a shot across middle, he's surrounded by 4 guys. Here comes Cole, who shoots and just shoots that one high. So Indian Hill's got a good 5 or 6 shots in this series and can't make anything of it.
Paul, you know as well as I do, the Braves score a lot of points close to the goal.
Sure.
And, in and around the crease, and they are not getting any looks from there. And I think that's what's really hurting them.
Here's another shot by Cole Cousineau. He tries to bounce it in there. It's just a little high. Indian Hill with another shot. Oh! So after a good 6 or 7 chances, this Indian Hill team plays feisty, plays competitive. They get back into this one, and it's now just a 5-3 lead for this Dublin Scioto team.
They just kept on working it and working it and working it.
Until it couldn't be worked anymore, Bob.
Nope, and finally they got what they deserved.
Yep, that ball went in the net, and it's now just a 5-3 Scioto lead, which is pretty monumental after we just have 2 minutes left in this half. Now, it could only be monstrous if Indian Hill could get another goal going into half here, Bob.
And as I said, number 19, Jeff Schneider was out, and that was who was covering Eddie Ferrugia, and who has kept him silent through a lot of the game, and that was Eddie who was able to score on his replacement, and great job by the Braves to find the mismatch.
Indian Hill advancing further. They've gotten even closer into the goal as they've had any chance in this game in the past 2 series here. Eddie Ferrugia has seen a lot more touches with his man down, who's now back in the game. We're talking about Jeff Schneider, who was down when was a man down for Scioto when they had that.
Off the crossbar.
Eddie Ferrugia with an acrobatic shot.
But the Braves will come back up with it.
Another shot here, loose ball goes to looks
the
like
big
that
man.
was that Charlie Norton? Yeah, sure was. And a loose ball here. Danny Johnson didn't see it at first, and it gave Scioto's Grant Diddy enough time to recover. There comes Bartella, hits off his knee. That's not a good item to use to catch it. Nonetheless, sloppy play here. This momentum of Indian Hill is slowly slipping away. Oh, Chris Stokely, that shot went right against his numbers, and he made a nice save out of that one, Bob.
Oh, no.
Look at that, Chuck. That's
nice clear by Chris Stokely.
Yeah, that was neat. This Indian Hill team playing feisty. This is the fastest pace we've seen all night from both of these teams.
Yeah, definitely.
This cold weather playing a factor, most likely.
Yeah, I think the cold has restricted them, both teams equally.
Here's a nice quick shot on goal. Stopped by Chris Stokely at point-blank range, who's played just an excellent half of play. We've got 40 seconds in the half here. Indian Hill trying to get a ball back, trying to get a goal here. Matt McCall taking him low, and it looks like a stoppage in play here.
Look at McCall working out there. You think he wants to win this game?
You can tell, you say that, and it's going to be Indian Hill possession there. What they called, I'm not sure, as has been the case rather than the clause tonight. And it's going to be Indian Hill possession. That's all that counts. This Indian Hill team gets possession. They're going to try to push it up. They've got 20 seconds here to try to get something going.
I think they might save for one last shot.
Yep. To try to shave that deficit down to just one would be huge at this point of the game. Passes it across the middle. He had Eddie Ferrugia. He just couldn't bring it in. 10 seconds left. Cole Cousineau passes it off to Eddie Ferrugia, who gets beat pretty badly there, and that's going to end the first half of play. Nonetheless, this Indian Hill team, although they down a 2-point deficit, they still played feisty and showed they could play with this Scioto team after Scioto came out with a very hot start. And at halftime, this Dublin Scioto team has 5 goals to Indian Hills 3.
You know,
I'll join you in the second half later on. Long stick comes from behind. Danny Johnson tries to slap it loose with a nice long stick jab thingy.
come on. Get it, Alex.
Alice Cole playing feisty saran wrap defense there. Tries to knock it loose, tries to do what he can to jab that thing loose. You know, it's quite an interesting sight. Maybe we could get our camera guys on this when they get a chance. If you just look at the Indian Hill Brave players' shorts on the bench, when the wind blows, the shorts blow in unison. It's quite an artistic experience, quite kind of abstract. Bob, you see that?
Wow, I'm checking that out right now. That is something. That's pretty impressive.
You don't have to look, but just look at the shorts.
Yeah, I see that right now. You just got a big gust of wind.
And nonetheless, it's Dublin Scioto wraps around, and Indian Hill's defense has played much better since Dublin Scioto scored 3 quick goals in the first period. And Dublin Scioto's offense has really struggled as they've only scored 2 goals in the past, 2 quarters of play, or 1.5 quarters of play, technically.
Technicality of the thing.
It's all technicality these days, Bob.
And we're not going to bore you folks with details after details.
Oh, nice pass,
man.
dump down pass there by Dublin Scioto's number 9. That was Brandon Davis. He dumped it off there to, I believe, was that, I think that might have been Brett Warner, who's had multiple goals tonight. And one more, and you can start throwing the bill of your cap at him because that'd be a trick.
Yeah, I mean, not what we want to see.
Yeah,
I mean, we kind of put a little curse on them there by talking about
the shorts
how they
and
hadn't
stuff,
scored in a while and the shorts and everything like that. And their shorts not blowing in unison. It's a big downward spiral.
I think the key there is Chris Stokely had a chance to get down when he just came up late because I didn't think he saw that pass from behind the goal because it was a quick dump down pass there. Just look, maybe a setup play. I'm not quite sure. Drew Herman now in there. It looks like that. Yeah.
It's a new look for the Braves.
Well, I think this Indian Hill Braves team is pretty deep for a division. They're Division I lacrosse, but for a school that's only, 250 guys, if you will. So.
Yeah. It doesn't make sports easy. A lot of these guys are 2- and 3-sport athletes.
Sure.
And, so it's it's hard to be as dedicated as
Student
a 1-sport
athletes.
athlete might be. Oh, I mean, the average GPA actually on the Braves is about a 3.1. So
is that true? Really?
yeah, they're not stupid by any stretch. That's why Gavin Chamberlain's able to work with such a diverse playbook.
Right. And lacrosse players by trade, I believe, are usually pretty intelligent. Just
Yeah.
the rule of thumb. And there's that cutback play we saw in the first half that worked for a Dublin goal. However, Indian Hill recovers in due time. I think the difference that time is that play in the first quarter, which allowed for a goal, was a little bit closer to the goal. And this time it was farther away, and Indian Hill had time to cover. Nonetheless, it's David Kariakis who comes up. He gets it off to Danny Johnson, who flies up the field looking for a man. He slips there. Yeah, the field's still wet after all the rain we've had.
David Kiriakis goes down as well.
Pass off, shun the goal, and that's dumped in, and there's going to be a flag here. Let's hold for the flag. I'm sure that's going to be an Indian Hill penalty, I guess. They're going to decline the flag, and I think that's going to be an Indian Hill penalty, and it's going to count for a Dublin goal.
Not good, Paul.
Not good. I mean, they had something going at the end of the first half, and are they going to count it off, or I don't know. He waved his arms like it was a decline, so.
Goal definitely stands.
Yeah, the goal stands. Okay, so it's a 7-3 score now as this Irish team now has a 4-point deficit. And as we saw in that Muller game, Indian had a little trouble coming out of the gates in the second half, and with the weather like it is now, it's not going to help coming out in the second half.
Yeah, and also a fact that I don't think some folks are keeping in consideration is these guys are Scioto's from Columbus. That's 2 hours north, so they're better adapted to cold weather, unlike the people down in Cincinnati.
Looks like a foul against Scioto. It's going to be Indian Hill possession. Looks like Indian Hill might have caught a bit of a break there. I didn't see exactly where that call was, but Indian Hill's had their chances tonight. It looks like they're having trouble bringing that ball in, and maybe it's the cold weather, maybe it's the fact they just played a tough game 2 or 3 nights ago against Muller. It's could be a multiple factor, but nonetheless, they still have plenty of time to come back in this game. So We're not going to write them off until we storm the field, Bob.
No, definitely not. And, you know, the Braves have, been a little sloppy tonight. They have not brought their best game. We've seen better lacrosse from these Indian Hill Braves, and, I just think that maybe they've been caught a little off guard in the early deficit. Maybe they just haven't recovered from that.
Nonetheless, it's still Indian Hill possession with only a 4-point deficit they're faced with.
I mean, 4 points in lacrosse, that can happen so fast. We saw how fast Scioto scored in the first, at the start of the game. They scored in 10 seconds.
Here's Sean Chamberlain showing his sticking ability. Oh, he comes all the way around the goal, but just fires a little bit high. He was getting roughed around there, and he still was able to get a shot off. Here's Matt McCall looking to pass it off to somebody.
Up top to Cole Cousineau.
Sean Chamberlain finds his coming.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
Number 8, Adam Tolliver.
Yeah, Adam Tolliver scored that goal. Yeah, that was key by Sean Chamberlain making that dish off, passing it to Tolliver. Tolliver passed it in, and it was money from that point on, Bob.
That's what we're used to seeing out of these Indian Hill Braves ball.
So it's now just a 7-4 lead for this Irish team with only 6:30 left in this third quarter. So like we said, they've got 18-plus minutes to play. So keep your hats on, folks, because we could still be in for a wild one.
Yeah, the Braves need to get this crowd into a little bit somehow. Scioto fans are still going strong.
With the clappers, right?
Yeah, the clappers. Granted, it takes less effort to make noise.
Well, it's their wrist strength.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh, they
Don't
probably
underestimate. Shot on goal there by number 2, Nick Gallagher, sails a little wide.
probably all have relatively big forearms and wrists. So.
Well, they got big enough players out there.
Yeah.
We've seen that on defense. They've roughed up a couple of Indian Hill guys. Yet Indian Hill's still into the game. So.
Oh, they're even getting a little pattern going out there.
Yeah,
that's cute. Maybe we can get one of those up here so you folks at home can hear how those things sound if you've never seen a clapper. But,
that shows good spirit, however, from this Dublin team. If they've traveled a far way, as we said, 2 hours isn't no leap over the pond. It's
no.
On a Friday night, and like I said, they're fired up, and they got a lot of people here. They got a great showing.
Yeah, I'm surprised, and their student section is more and more.
Shot on goal again by number 15, David Castanola. As Dublin Scioto once again has their 4-point lead back. So maybe the Indian Hill team fell asleep, and they came back on it. So it's just like that. Kaufman comes back, or Scioto comes back, and it's just that simple in this game.
Paul, that's how it has gone all night long.
Yep.
Braves score, Scioto score. Braves score, Scioto score, and they're just not able, to stay out of that pattern. Until they do, it's going to be impossible to win.
And here comes Adam Tolliver is taking the face-off now. So we've said Indian Hill's had as many as 4 people take face-offs in this game tonight. So they're mixing it up pretty well. Yeah, it looks like they're calling a legal procedure against Scioto. Looks like they invaded the circle too quickly there across the timeline.
Brave ball.
Adam Tolliver gets a shot in the face,
and
the ball gets knocked free. He's coming up fast, though. He's showing his speed. He can't catch the man. It's dished off to Nick Gallagher. Fires high over the goal, and Indian Hill catches a break there. It was David Castanola, that fired over the goal there, and Indian Hill caught a break there as he could have easily have made that shot.
22, Matt Adams will bring it in for Scioto.
Ryan Bartel's playing a pretty good game tonight. He's played aggressive defense, played close on his man.
Come on.
Oh, it's
nice.
knocked free by, it looks like.
Picked up by Matt McCall.
Matt McCall, he flies upfield. He's got one man chasing him. He cuts back and he dishes it off to Sean Chamberlain. Sean Chamberlain uses his instincts to try to control the field, try to get this Indian Hill team back in the game again. Passes to Eddie Ferrugia. Eddie Ferrugia hasn't had too many chances at the goal last night. He slings a shot and it gets knocked away by number 19, Jeff Schneider. Eddie Ferrugia has been harassed consistently tonight by this Dublin defense, and they've just played excellent on him.
And Eddie was looking for a penalty there. He was exchanging some words with the official down here. He was definitely not happy, and the official shrugged him off. So
it's not Indian Hill is going to have difficulty winning this game if Eddie Ferrugia does not become a factor either by assist or by goals. Either way, when your leading goal man and your top points guy isn't getting his usual stats, it's tough to say as that ball goes by him again. Here's the ball, free ball here. It's knocked away by Danny Johnson. It's recovered by David Kariakis. Indian Hill has men. He does a slip slide thing, knocked away beautifully by number 28 for Dublin, Grant Diddy.
Well, we saw Eddie miss that pass there, and that will sum up things for the Indian Hill Braves tonight. Just not hitting on all cylinders. I mean, Eddie makes that catch, time and time again. He'll put that away, and he was unable to do so, and we're not used to seeing that from him.
David Kariakis comes up the field there. He's traveling down the sideline. He's getting hit pretty hard, and it's called out of bounds on him. So like we said, that defense was tough. He was getting shoved around, and he stepped out of bounds due to the tough defense of Dublin. Dublin Scioto is going to have the possession here. Sean Chamberlain showing great hustle as he's running all around the field with Dublin with the wide open goal here. They're swinging the ball around here beautifully, passing it just one person to the next. Their defense is cutting in. Indian Hill does a nice job to interfere with that.
Credit Scioto on how well they've moved the ball tonight, Paul.
Sure.
I mean, you don't like to give credit to the bad guys, but, sometimes you have to.
Well, the bad guys from the other players.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're not partial, but.
Flags from all sides here. I haven't seen this much laundry since I was downtown at the laundromat. This is just amazing. It's just got yellow flying all over the place here.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah, it's the calls on, I think Drew Herman's going to share some time in the penalty box.
No, the big man, number 40, Charlie Norton's out.
Okay, they called it on him.
Yeah, so it's going to be a man down for Scioto, and he's going to spend a minute in the penalty box.
Sure. Well, it's Indian Hill's caught a break here with the best defender maybe in the state and definitely on this Scioto team is taking a blow on the penalty box. So Indian Hill has to attack this Dublin defense and attack it hard right now.
Yeah.
They're swinging around across the middles. Matt McCall just can't handle it and put it in for the Indian Hill Braves. He had a chance though in front of the net, Bob.
That was that set play that they try and work on, trying to get that man across the middle, getting in near that crease, and unable to do so. Once again, the Braves struggling on offense.
With 3 minutes left in this third quarter here, this Dublin team's just looking for this game to end, and this Indian Hill team's just looking for a chance to get back in.
Most definitely. Braves are working hard, though. I mean, you can't deny their effort, Paul.
Nah, it's just all about denial at this point, Bob. Both teams are at full strength now as they both cleared the penalty box. Dublin Scioto's coming on here. Indian Hill's having matchup problems with the addition of the one man that was on the penalty box. Nonetheless, Alex Cole playing good defense, recovers the ball, and slings it downfield to, it looks like it overshot Ryan Bartel. Nonetheless, it deflects off Ross Beckstrom under the stick of Danny Johnson.
And you got the big man, number 40 back, Charlie Norton, so he's going to become a factor again for Scioto on defense.
Drew Herman still in the game for this Indian Hill team. Eddie Frugia handling the ball right now. Just trying to get something going for the first time tonight. Sails it over Sean Chamberlain, his intended man. Sean, with good hustle, recovers the ball in time, however.
Great hustle by Chamberlain on that one.
It's going to be, looks like Matt McCall setting the offense up top with Adam Tolliver. Adam Tolliver getting held. He gets that goal in there, and it's going to be an 8-5 game. Even though the penalty against Adam Tolliver, he shook it off. He was getting hit in the face. He was getting slapped in the wrist. Nonetheless, he get that shot back in, Bob.
That was a great play by Adam. We saw Cole Cousineau do something very similar to that on Tuesday night against Muller. He actually was fouled and took it all the way down, threw it away, and looked like Adam took maybe a little bit of a page out of Cole's book.
Sure.
Nice play. Very nice.
I haven't read that story much, but if I had to take a page out of any book, it'd be Cole's.
Yeah. It's a good book.
I thought that was a good one-liner there myself.
Yeah.
The book thing was a simile.
Right.
Well, you did a fine job coming back, cooperating.
Right.
That's why we're the popular tandem in Cincinnati. We get the free parking downtown because.
Just getting bigger and bigger. My cell phone, my calendar fills up real quick.
Well, mine doesn't, but I still see what you mean.
It's because of your car.
Well, right. That's kind of irrelevant at this point. I'd say. Nonetheless, an 8-5 lead for this Dublin Scioto team.
Back to lacrosse.
Indian Hill. Lacrosse. What's lacrosse? Oh, yeah, the game that's going on right now, sure. Indian Hill down 8-5 for this Dublin Scioto team with just under 2 minutes left in the second half of play, or this third quarter, excuse me. Cole Cousineau presses up. He's got heat from behind. He still recovers in time, though. That ball is getting knocked around, and another whistle here. And it's going to be offsides. He's pointing at
his
Dublin.
Hips.
Yeah, his hips. There he goes. Dublin, yeah. Much to the delight of this Dublin Scioto crowd here, they didn't like that call too much. But it looks like there wasn't a man offsides, but nonetheless the ref saw something, and Matt McCall's looking to get the shot down low, and he tried to pass it there to Will Vollmer, who's already scored this evening. Nonetheless, Sean Chamberlain recovers it for Indian Hill, and Indian Hill will get a chance to reset their offense. Here's Eddie Ferrugia.
Oh,
Shot
wow.
from the side, and he's just missed by inches several times tonight. You can tell he's just inching
Boy,
to
that
get
ball
a shot
had
there.
some heat on it too, didn't it? Fireball.
Sean Chamberlain dumps it down to Eddie Ferrugia, who gets knocked around, and they're going to call nothing. So here's Matt McCall.
Goal!
He scores. Indian Hill gets a goal. And that is very, very big, as Indian Hill's lead, or Dublin Scioto's lead, is now just 2. And we have 1 minute left here in the third quarter of play. Bobby, I know I've said it a lot of times tonight, but that could be the turning point. This Indian Hill team is back in this game, and they've got a chance here to take this deficit down to 1, down to nothing, take the lead. Who knows? Indian Hill is back in this game, Bob.
You know, maybe being a little bit of the optimist here, but I definitely think that could be a turning point for the Braves, and nothing but good things to come. And we talked about Matt earlier. He's definitely been a factor in this game once again. He's really coming through when the pressure's on for the Braves.
He's not a real outspoken player on the field. He doesn't
not by any means
run his mouth off, at least from what we can see. But nonetheless, he speaks with his stick.
Actions speak louder than words, Paul.
Sure.
And Matt definitely has some good actions going on.
Sure. Nonetheless, this Indian Hill team's now looking for their defense to step it up here and try to prevent this Dublin team from answering, which they've done so often tonight and so well, too. Nonetheless, this Indian Hill defense playing feisty. Ball on the ground, ball on the ground, ball on the ground. Indian Hill doesn't see it. Now they see it in time. Chris Stokely smashing at that thing with the hammer, it looks like. He's really slamming the hammer down. Nonetheless, Indian Hill comes up with the possession. They've got 20 seconds here to get something going as it's chucked down the field to Danny Johnson, who picks it off.
It was met by a defender.
Yeah, he finds much interference there with a little flip pass. Oh, a little highlight reel there for you. Oh, and Eddie Ferrugia hits the dust there. He's definitely feeling the heat from this Scioto defense. Oh!
No way!
Boom, shakalaka! Oh!
Kaboom! Big hit!
They didn't like that so much. And Adam Tolliver just lit his man up. And, geez, they called that. And nonetheless, as the quarter runs out, we've had an exciting quarter of play with an exciting final minute. Indian Hill, there's this lead at 2. They got a big hit there from Adam Tolliver. And at the end of 3 periods of play, Indian Hill is now down 6-8 to Dublin Scioto. Just a friendly little reminder for our audience. This televised broadcast is televised by the Indian Hill Television Network in association with ICRC, the Intercommunity Cable Regulatory Commission. This is copyright of IHT and all rights are reserved. So if you're planning on downloading this video, we highly unadvised. You know, we'll hunt you down and make sure you are prosecuted with the right action, Bob.
To the fullest power of the law.
To the fullest power of the law. And right now, never mind.
You know,
nonetheless, the Indian Hill team comes out 8-6. Bob, your thoughts?
You know, I think it's pretty solid so far. I don't like the penalty on Adam Tolliver. I disagree with that, but I think you're willing to sacrifice, to have that man down for momentum and for a shot like that.
Now you've been in the big games before, you and I both.
Yeah.
You think the refs feel when there's big games and they know things are going to be physical, 2 very competitive teams playing against each other. Do you think the refs feel like they almost have to make, that extra call, even though, it might be unadvised, just to make sure they have some kind of control in this game so things don't go too crazy?
I mean, emotions are flowing, testosterone's flowing.
Testosterone's flowing.
The testosterone's the big thing, especially in this sport. And I think that they do, they throw that extra flag just to try and maintain, show who's in charge.
Well, speaking of testosterone, these guys are getting back on the field. They're getting back, and it's getting feisty out there. It's now just an 8-6 lead for Dublin Scioto. We'll kick off the fourth quarter play in the biggest game of the year for this Indian Hill team. For home field advantage in the state playoffs, this game is all on the line for it right now. At Dublin Scioto, probably right now the best team in Ohio. Division I, Division II, Division III, you name it, folks. Probably the best Division I team in Ohio. This Dublin Scioto team, a huge win it would be for Indian Hill as we come down to the home stretch. We come down to the fourth quarter.
This is the biggest 12 minutes in Ohio tonight. It's going to be a nail-biter. I think the Braves, though, got the momentum going here in the fourth quarter. How about you, Paul?
Oh, after that big hit by Adam, I mean, even though he was penalized for it, I mean, it was still got this crowd warmed up on this cold, cloudy April night.
I like to take the time to credit the refs. What great shape that they must be in to run up and down with these players.
This is a big field,
again.
Bob. I mean, we look
it's very long.
Look at the dimensions. This is a football field and maybe an extra quarter. You know, when you look at the sidelines and just the depth from the end zone. Actually, that's probably not true, but it's probably the size of a football field. But nonetheless, they're doing a lot more running than the rest, and there's only there's 3 of them out there, I believe.
Up and back and up and back. I mean, they must train probably pretty extensively. I mean, these guys all look relatively fit.
Nonetheless, Dublin Scioto starts off the 4th big quarter of play here at Indian Hill Tomahawk Stadium. This Braves team defense needs to step it up here and try to get their offense back in line as a shot on goal is stopped by Chris Stokely, which has become just a habit for him tonight, in which he's played an excellent game. Here comes Mike Dorn. Indian Hill's long stick mini comes up. Oh, and he slips on the turf. Just falls down. We got a fight here. It looks like his sticks are breaking. He's punching. He's slapping hits. We got flags flying left and right. We got a brouhaha breaking. He got a good slug in. Here comes another Scioto guy. He's coming on from the side. Doran got a good few hits in. He walked away, and it looks like the Scioto player is down at this time. And wow, this is pretty amazing, folks.
Mike Doran put him down in a hurry. I mean, he has a temper, and I would not mess with him if I were a Scioto player.
It looks like Doran got checked. The Scioto player rolled around on him, and they got tangled up, and both guys just went nuts, and we couldn't really see what happened from this point. Both fans are going nuts at this time. It's too tough to see what's going on, and it looks like who knows what to say. I mean, that was something you don't see often in sports.
The fans are definitely going at it. It looks like they're not happy with one another.
And the interesting thing is they're not using the clappers anymore. They're using their mouths.
The clappers have become obsolete at this point.
Which the words right now, I think the clappers would probably be a better choice.
That crowd out there is not happy, much to the dislike of the Indian Hill fans.
Looks like we don't have a trainer down there, but it looks like the Scioto guy looks like he might be out cold.
I have not seen any motion.
All right,
from
he's
him.
moving. Okay, that's good.
Well, they help him up. Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. We'll see if we can get a injury report from down there. But
looks like the refs are deciding what to do right now, and we talked about what good condition they got to be in, and you know this is more of a.
Mike Dorn was not having any part of it.
Yeah, it looks like he at least thought about whether or not what he wanted to do, and I guess he just decided to lay a few good ones on him. But nonetheless, both guys got tangled, so we don't really know what happened. So we'll just leave it at that.
Dorn's retaliation was all in defense.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, the Scioto player definitely took the first shot.
Nonetheless, we'll get back into play here, and this will be interesting to see how this game develops. And we thought the refs were being ticky-tacky, trying to get this game under control, and it'll be interesting to see what happens now. All right, so this is going to really get interesting here. We knew this would be a competitive game, Bob, and a feisty one, and we have everything going on.
I definitely don't think that this is going to be the end of that by any stretch.
Now they're going over what's going on in terms of the call and what to do exactly, and looks like we still can't figure out what's going on.
It's hard to tell from up here. I mean, we don't get much. We don't get told much.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. You folks at home, you know that by now.
All we know is everybody's okay after the scruffle, so that's at least that's something you don't have to worry about. Now it's just a matter of sorting out who did what and what did who and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's good to see number 4, Ray Finnegan.
Ray Finnegan, the Irishman, it looks like.
Yeah. No, he sounds Irish.
Yeah.
It's good to see him, up and moving on the Scioto bench.
He was acting Irish out there too in that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he went down like a bad bar fight.
Yep. Nonetheless, we've had a stoppage of action here, and this is we still don't hear those clappers, Bob.
Still don't hear the clappers.
Our clappers are done for the evening.
I think it's all on a verbal level.
It's now
at this
back
point.
to verbal, yeah. Which is welcomed by us because that's.
Because they require.
We don't have to edit it out. That's not our bad, We're not responsible for that kind of stuff, but.
Yeah, I mean, we got some great audio feeds tonight, and I don't think we want to ruin it with that.
It looks like we're still trying to sort things out here. I'm not sure what's going on. It just looks like we're still looking to get both teams on the field here. It just looks like Looks like, yeah, we're going to get back into action here. So it's still a Scioto 8-6 lead here with 11:18 left in this fourth quarter of play. As we get back into action here, we'll let you know as soon as possible what the reprimands and what the penalties are. It looks like Indian Hill's going to be a two-man down. It looks like Scioto is going to be one. So whether or not, looks like Mike Doran's still back in the game. So
I don't understand the two-man down thing, Paul. I really don't get that.
So he gets his shots in and he's back in the game. So it's Mike Doran's. He'll be back in the game. So it'll be interesting to see how things work out. Now it's
yeah, no ejections.
No ejections.
Which is a plus for the Braves with Mike Doran.
Yeah, because they cannot afford to lose their starting defenseman. Indian Hill's got the ball back. It's going to be Matthew McCaw coming down. All players should be fresh now after that good 3 or 4 minute break we had. Flags here. Yeah, we expected this, Bob. We knew after that break that here comes Sean. He's got a shot on the goal. Oh! It's the crossbar, and it doesn't go in. And he doesn't like that call there. Bob, we knew at that break that there would be some extra flags and going both ways just to try to keep things under control here, and that's only to be expected no matter what the call is.
Wow. That is a shot that Sean will make and has to make. Oh, that's not good for the Braves.
For our viewing audience, Bob, that penalty, it looks like that's on Indian Hill. But
on Indian Hill?
I'm not sure, but hypothetically speaking, if that penalty's on Indian Hill, when that flag's called and Indian Hill scores that goal, does that count?
Yes, it would. It would definitely count. And then they would lose their man and be a man down. But I actually think it was on Scioto because at this point they are 2 men down.
Okay. So, yes, both teams are now 2 men down as this has turned into a
leveled out a little bit.
Yeah, this has turned into a lacrosse match to now just a 3-on-3 thing almost.
Field looks a little deserted.
Yeah, it looks like some guys headed home almost. But nonetheless, looks 2 men down on both sides. So now that's a break for Indian Hill, even though Sean Chamberlain hit the crossbars. Now they're both in the even keel.
And Sean was pretty frustrated with himself, and he'll come back with something big in the end.
Here comes Matt McCaw, who's been a very consistent guy all night for the Braves. He passes off to Danny Johnson, who takes a shot on the goal, and he just gets leveled, and a flag flies for that. And as we said, this is really going to get heated here, folks, because they're,
Well, both referees threw their flags simultaneously, and you can hear the excited fans of Indian Hill getting. We got some pretty good feet on that there.
Like we said, we'll expect this either way. That flag probably wouldn't have been thrown if it wasn't for the scruffle just moments ago. But
you're definitely right. But both referees saw it, Paul. They threw those flags simultaneously, and that'll put Scioto 3 men down.
Right now, if I'm a coach for either team, I tell my team, play with your hands. Don't look for the big check or the big hit. Just stay down and just try to play. Don't, let your guy run around and attack you. Just don't completely go nuts on the guy. Try to keep control,
The water's boiling. It's about to overflow, Paul, and it's going to get ugly real quick.
Indian Hill gets 1 man back in this game, and now it's 3 man down for Scioto. I've never seen that before. Now Indian Hill's only 1 man down, so this is definitely the Indian Hill's advantage. As things are getting heated here at Tomahawk Stadium, people see this turf, they see these new light bulbs, and they just get
the new light bulbs really give the field a nice glow, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, sure. It's high. I think they increased the wattage this year, so.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Sean Chamberlain back of the goal. Eddie Ferrugia and him playing pitch and catch here. Eddie, Sean with the possession. Looks like he's looking to swing around and get something going. Indian Hill is up 2 men here, so it would be behoove them to capitalize here and attack as much as possible. Cole Cousineau with the ball. He's going to try to get something going. He passes to Matt, who passes to Eddie, who gets a shot, and it's blocked. Excellent block there by Chris to Steven at goal. And that's launched downfield. And Dublin here should just try and kill as much time to get their men back in the game.
But back to Indian Hill.
Back to Indian Hill here. Vollmer. Sean with the shot. Fires wide.
Misfires.
He was point-blank range there, and he misfired, Bob.
That was a little wide by the standard of Sean Chamberlain on that shot. Braves definitely had some opportunities here, and they're not capitalizing.
Scioto takes one of their men back into the game, so now it's just Indian Hill's just 1 man up, even though Doran's on the sidelines right now. In the penalty box, excuse me. So Indian Hill still has to try to capitalize here. It's going to be Alex Cole. He passes it up to Matt McCall. He's looking for a man. He's looking for somebody to pass to. He can't find anybody, so he takes it himself. He fires high over over Will Vollmer. And here come the clappers out again.
Well, Scioto only one man down, and well, this is interesting. Kyle Lear, number 32, is coming in at defense for the Braves. He's generally the replacement goalie for Chris Stokely. We'll have to see what's going on here with this. Not something that we've seen yet this year, Paul.
Yeah, that's looks like Coach Gavin Chamberlain's got maybe something up his sleeve.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Perhaps reflecting on, looks like Indian Hills. Yeah, it's an open goal here. Indian Hills got a shot to put it in. Oh, and it misses wide left. Eddie Ferrugia, whose night has not been one to remember. He had an open goal from about 20 yards, fired, and it just skipped left. So that just sums up in one shot his night as a whole. You think, Bob, it looks like he had a little bit more real estate in front of him to run and maybe try to put that one in.
I think he rushed it.
Yeah, I mean, when you see an open goal like that, you have a chance to, your adrenaline runs a little higher than usual. So
then again, Paul, that's 3 goals that the Braves have not capitalized on.
They don't call that. So this Dublin crowd's about ready to run out in the field and check somebody themselves. So this is really getting interesting here. Here's Ross Bextermuller.
Oh!
He's checked out of bounds. And flags are going to fly as Ross Bextermuller is pumped up.
As he should have been.
This is getting pretty interesting here. This is getting real interesting. And that's going to be a timeout here. Timeout was called. Timeout was called. We're going to have a stoppage of play here as Indian Hill has a 6-8 deficit they're facing. As we've been scoreless for a while, but we've been fighting for most of the fourth period. However, they're waving off the flag here, much to the appreciation of this Dublin crowd and not much to the depreciation of Coach Gavin Chamberlain of Indian Hill. So this is where it's. We know this would be fiery and all that, Bobs, and we're expecting that and then some.
Yeah, that was a big man again. We've talked about him on the positive side, but he went ahead and took a little cheap shot. That was Charlie Norton. Went after Ross Bextermuller and looked like a little revenge. And he should have been called for it, I think. That's not right to wave something like that off.
Well, I think you got a legitimate point there, but the refs are.
I mean, he was going out of bounds. I can't sit here and agree with that call.
This is the toughest game for a ref to call because, you got fights are breaking out here and there, and this is just tough because you got to play it close and everything like that. Mike Dorn, it looks like he's still in the penalty box. He must have gone 5 minutes or so for that, Bob.
Yeah, he's been in there for a while.
Yeah, he's got himself a nice little nook in there. And
yeah.
What he's lacking is a cheering section from the Dublin Scioto crowd.
Yeah, he's definitely not favored highly by the Scioto crowd at this point.
But that's not why they play, Bob. They play to put the goals on the board and
they play to win.
Ice the trophies on state championship day.
We've all seen that ring that the Indian Hill players from last year wear on their finger, and it's a beaut.
Nonetheless, here we're going to get back into action here with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. As Indian Hill and Scioto have both been scoreless for a while. Indian Hill has had golden opportunities here to capitalize. Scioto's been up to 3 men down at one point in this quarter, yet Indian Hill has been scoreless. Much to the good play of this Dublin Scioto defense, at least what's been left of them, and Christy Stephen, the goaltender, who's played an excellent game. He's not a big guy, but he's incredibly quick, which you'd expect, because when you look at his, usually a lot of the goalies are pretty big, broad guys, but he's very quick, and he uses pretty good technique from what I know about goalkeeping, which is...
Well,
there's a shot on goal. And as we say that, Cole Cousineau puts it in. Just from the right side, Cole Cousineau scores a goal. 8:30 left in this quarter. Fourth quarter of play. It's an 8-7 club. Dublin Kaufman Scioto lead. Bobby,
that was
so much is going on here.
Wow.
Speaking like I've been punched in the gut 4 times, if you just excuse me here. I got things going on left and right here. Bob, comment on that goal for me while I catch my breath.
Oh, it's overwhelming, isn't it? I mean, that was something else. Cole Cousineau did a great job. He's an impact player for the Braves, and he helped get them back into this. Something else. I mean, this game is definitely going to come down to the wire. 8:32 left. It is 8-7 Scioto, but I don't think it's going to stay that way for long as Ross Bextermuller and Chris Stokely, 2 seniors for the Braves, are calling for the crowd.
Here comes the matchup. Cole Cousineau wins the matchup. He's got 2 men on him. He shakes him off by spinning him off.
And,
passes it off. Indian Hill is going to try to take their time here, even though momentum is definitely on their side. They've got the home crowd, and the clappers are facing them no more.
Mike Dorn is out of the penalty box, folks, but he has not returned to the game. They sent Matt McCall in his place.
Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I think you would.
Here's a loose ball here, recovered by Indian Hill. It looks like. Bobby, please continue.
It's just a surprising move. You'd think that you would want Dorn in a situation such as this, and it's a surprising call by Coach Gavin, but I'm sure he has his reasons.
Looks like Ryan Bartell fell on the play, and looks like the penalty flag is down. Indian Hill's going to have a shot here. Looks like it's Cole Kuzma passes it off. Will Vollmer, nice block again by Chris DeSteven.
Just missed.
Indian Hill had a chance there to put that one in. Will Vollmer shot that one and is blocked off nicely.
There will, however, be a penalty called on Scioto, so they will
once again be down.
Yep, as soon as they just went full strength again, they will now be once again a man down. That's number 15, David Castellona, in the penalty box, and he will be in there for 1 minute.
David Castellona, the attackman for this Scioto team.
Called his names a few times on defense.
Sure.
Played a pretty good game. Should be relatively happy with himself.
Indian Hill back with the possession as we got 7:30 left here in this quarter of play. Plenty of time for Indian Hill just to get one goal to tie this game up. Now a call back to Cole Cousineau.
Braves moving the ball well. Trying to get something going here with 7:15 left in the fourth quarter.
Here's a shot. Oh, and it's wide left. That was by Matt McCall. He put good heat on that one, and an open shot, it just couldn't go for him.
Yeah, just missed it. It was close.
One thing I have noticed about this goalkeeper, Chris DeSteven, is he's very good low, and it seems like most of the goals have either been high or to his side. Cole Cousineau shot, low, bounced up and over the goal again. So Indian Hill, even though they're not getting these shots, they're getting shots on goal, which is just as important, Bob.
We know, Paul, there's a lot of goalies who are, come on. Eddie Ferrugia.
Eddie Ferrugia, the guy who's missed an open goal all night.
There it is.
Quite often, it hasn't been his night. Well, guess what? That's all changed as Sean Chamberlain gets the assist. And here, with 6:56 left in the fourth quarter, after much dismay, after much controversy, after much stoppage of play, we have a tie ball game, and a timeout is called.
Wow, Indian Hill is pumped.
This Tomahawk Stadium is alive,
They
and
are
the clappers
pumped.
from Dublin have silenced.
Listen to that.
Bobby, what can you describe as the emotions right now as this Indian Hill team has stormed back from down as much as 4 and tied this game up at 8?
Oh, the emotions are high. The Braves are just absolutely pumped. Scioto's hanging their head a little bit, starting probably not to feel as good about themselves. And, you and I have talked, over the course of this game that Eddie Ferrugia will be a determining factor in this game.
Right.
He will be the man to go to, and he has been nothing less than that as he just evened it out with the Braves. And that is the first time that they have been even since 11:50 in the first half.
Yeah, well, we still have plenty of ball game left. So this Indian Hill team, although they're fired up, and this Dublin team, although looks a little stunned after seeing a 4-0 run by this Indian Hill team. And this Indian Hill team is pumped up. So they're ready to go. They're ready to get something going.
Chris Stokely has gone for it, and he is pumped. Trying to get that crowd into it.
I don't know if you get a shot of this Dublin team right now. They're not as fired up as this Indian Hill. This Indian Hill team
No,
has this
definitely not.
home field advantage, although this Dublin crowd is still just as plentiful and just as fired up.
I don't think the Dublin fans took too much liking to Stokely's trying to get the crowd riled up, but by any stretch it worked, and the Indian Hill student section seems to be into it.
Well, you can't please everyone.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a crowd pleaser.
Sure.
I mean, you're in the entertainment business, as am I. It's hard to do.
Well, not for us it's not, but for
No,
some
right.
other people it is. It's just the nature of the beast. Nonetheless, here, it's going to be a recovery here is tough.
Sometimes you get the beast, and sometimes the beast gets you,
Sure. Well, here comes Dublin trying to answer Indian Hill's 4 straight goals. They're getting a chance to swing around their offense, something they have not done in a while.
The Braves cannot let Scioto get a close shot.
And there again with the nice knockaway there was Kyle Lear. Yeah.
Playing a little defense for the Braves, not doing a horrible job.
Here comes a ball, ground ball picked up by Ross Beckstermuller.
looking to do something with it over to number 8, Adam Tolliver.
What is the key right now for this Indian Hill offense? Do you think they should just keep the momentum and push further on? Or should
I say push it, push it, push it. Trying to get a goal, trying to keep this momentum. I mean, the emotions are high. You know, another goal or two. I'd say probably 2 goals is what's going to break Scioto's back. So I think you got to go for it as soon as possible.
Just play your game, Bob.
Yep, exactly. And the Braves will do just that. This is their kind of game. You know, we talked about the fatigue early on. I think it's starting to set in.
Adam Tolliver handling the ball here after having it hit off the front part of his pouch. Oh, and he throws it right into the hands of Charlie Norton, whose name we haven't mentioned much in this second half of play, but still you'd have to think it's going to be a big factor. Nonetheless, Scioto pushes it up. They've got numbers. Passed off. Shot on goal. Wide. There's a play right there that's defined the second half of this Dublin team. Earlier on in the first half, they're making 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass, and getting that shot on goal. Now Indian Hill's defense is causing more interference and not allowing that extra pass to be made for that shot on goal, Bob.
Yeah, Scioto's only had 3 goals thus far in the second half, whereas they had 3 within 5 minutes in the first half. Nice save there by Chris Stokely.
Chris Stokely playing an excellent game. Up to Adam Tolliver. Adam Tolliver's looking. He's got Lear Frohman behind him. Here comes Sean Chamberlain, the person that Indian Hill wants to handle the ball right now, but he's going to slow it up and wait for his teammates to come. As Indian Hill makes a line change here as they put in Matt McCaw and Cole Kuzinos. Kyler goes out. Shot off the crossbar for Eddie
It looked like it
Ferrugia.
rimmed in.
Yeah. That's a tough break for Indian Hill, but
Man, they have been so close all night.
yeah, but as we said, Bob, close doesn't count in this game.
Yep, close only counts at horseshoes
Shoes and hand grenades. That's
we
the line
we all
we
know
like
it.
And there's a goal! He got his goal! Boom, shakalaka.
It's the nail in the coffin.
My announcer here, Bobby Schmidt, says it's the nail in the coffin. However, folks, it is only a 9-8 lead for this Indian Hill team. Nonetheless, with 4:47 left in this game, Indian Hill has stormed back with 5, I count them, 5 straight unanswered goals. And this Indian Hill team has just stunned, shocked, completely annihilated this Kaufman defense, or this Scioto defense in the second half of play.
And I think you can relate that all back to the Mike Doran incident.
I mean, you know, some might say it was classless, or you can have your opinion, whatever. Nonetheless, it still swung the momentum. I got this time. Will Bummer puts it back in the goal. Just that quick.
Unbelievable. Wow. Feel my heart, Paul.
Holy cow!
Am I still alive? Pinch me. This is a dream, baby.
It only took Indian Hill 8 seconds to get another goal. As we said before, the shock and awe campaign has started at Tomahawk Stadium. And this time the bombs are being dropped by this Indian Hill team.
I feel like I'm in Iraq. You know, bombs everywhere.
Except they don't have turf like this in Iraq.
No, or lights.
Indian Hill has just started playing excellent ball here, and they have just totally waking up the echoes here of Tomahawk Stadium. And once again, Cole Cousineau wins the matchup. He's going to push it forward. Indian Hill's trying to get another goal here. They want to push forward. They're not satisfied with this 2-goal lead as Kyle Lear comes off. Pass to shot Chamberlain. He puts it up, and an excellent save by Chris DeSteven. Nonetheless, Indian Hill gets the ball back. It's off the stick of Charlie Norton.
Get there.
Eddie Ferrugia comes back after getting by Charlie Norton, who's almost been a non-factor for this Scioto team in the second half. Take your time here is what the coaches are telling Eddie. Take your time.
You got to pace yourself. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to take a bad shot in this, this situation. Sure, they got the insurance point, but that's no reason to make haste.
They've also got the ball in the hands of their best player, Sean Chamberlain, who actually gets the ball knocked loose, but has experience
Rakes it up.
Something you can't. Eddie Ferrugia regains possession for Indian Hill. Bobby, what do you think? You swing it around here still? That's what I prefer to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's no shot clock in lacrosse.
That's
you
exactly what
can
they're
take as much time as you want. I mean, he's got to enter the box. But
and he does. Oh, and it goes off the stick of Eddie Ferrugia as he cut it across the middle. Nonetheless, Indian Hill still has possession. It's going to be Will Vollmer, or it's Danny Johnson, it looks like.
Yep, freshman sensation. Danny
Johnson.
Who?
Here comes Sean Chamberlain.
Danny's been quiet, tonight as far as stats go, but he's played a good game. He's played a good game for the Braves. Forced some loose balls.
Oh, there's a shot that just had a little bit too much mustard on the hot dog there by Cole Cousineau.
Yeah.
This Indian Hill team is definitely trying to slow things down. This series alone has killed a good minute and a half. And you can see this from the Scioto bench. They're chanting for their defense to come out further, to come up and try to do whatever they can to stop this offense of Indian Hill from killing clock. Nonetheless, Cole Cousineau's back there, and he's still killing as much clock as possible here, although the aggressive defense. And it's great defense there by Scioto.
I don't think Danny Johnson there was aware of his positioning on the field, got a little too close to the end line there and stepped out.
Looks like Scott Randall came on the field there inadvertently. That could have cost Indian Hill too many men on the play.
That could have.
Yeah.
Oh.
Out of bounds, still will be Scioto ball. Still plenty of time left for Scioto. They're down 10-8, but there's still just under 3 minutes left in this second half, and we saw Indian Hill score 5 goals in the span of about 4 minutes. So heck, anything can happen. You must believe in the clapper, Bob.
Yeah. Well, you live and die by the clapper, and sometimes you get the clapper, and once again the clapper gets you.
Right now, Indian Hill getting this Scioto team 10-8. We're coming down the home stretch. Shot on goal!
Oh, no.
And just like we said here, Scioto goal, and they are back in business. They are fired up. David Castanola, the man that we have mentioned so much in this game, fired a shot, went by Chris Stokely, and just like that, with just over 2.5 minutes left in this quarter, this game, that means so much for this Indian Hill and this Dublin team. Scioto shaves the lead to just 1.
I mean, looked like Chris Stokely wasn't ready for that shot there. It
He,
looked like it almost caught him off guard a little bit.
I think he might have been screened by one of his men, Bob. And that's probably one of those things, after the game when you're in the locker room talking with the coaches, you'll figure out what happened
later,
there.
But
yeah. There's the matchup here, won by Scioto. They've got momentum on their side. A push from behind by Cole Cousineau. No call.
Cole.
He comes up. Cole Cousineau has a break. It's a 4-on-3 for Indian Hill. Cole Cousineau looks. He passes to Sean Chamberlain. Sean Chamberlain passes to Eddie. Eddie has trouble bobbling it. He fires it into the goal, but it's blocked.
Behind the back attempt for Eddie there.
He couldn't handle it at first. He's getting harassed here. He's trying to get the ball free. Matt McCaw flies loose. He tries to get the ball loose. Here comes David Castanola again. He's firing up. Guarded closely by Cole Cousineau. Shot on the goal. Blocked by Chris Stokely, and they're going to throw a flag, and that's probably going to be on Indian Hill.
It's going to be a slash on Cole Cousineau.
He was all over him like a cheap suit there, it looked like, and Cole Cousineau was riding him for a good 40 yards, and they're going to call that. Just under 2 minutes left in this game, and this Indian Hill team's putting in even more fresh faces.
That hurts to have him and have Cole in the penalty box. Not what you want to see.
Well, right now this Scioto team smells blood as they've come back, and they've only down one point to this Indian Hill team.
Braves have got in a new defenseman, number 34, Scott Perrin, who has not seen much face time or playing time tonight, if any.
Here comes Tolliver with great defense on the outside. Indian Hill playing very close to the goal right now, making Dublin Scioto come in and guarding that cut man inside.
I mean, Paul, you hate to comment on that horrible incident that happened earlier with that fight, but Ray Finnegan has not returned to the game. He is down on the sideline, no helmet, no stick, no gloves in his hand. Does not look like he is going to be returning.
It also doesn't look like he knows where he is. It could be questioning what's going on, and there's a goal here by Scioto, and we have a tie ball game. As we mentioned, this Scioto team was not going to get down on all fours and just quit like that. Goal by Adam Geary, it looked like, and he put that one in, and just like we said, with just over 1 minute and 15 seconds left in this game, this Scioto team has ice water in their veins, and they've come back to tie this one up. And just like we said, this game has all the makings from the very beginning of a matchup to cherish for a lifetime. And it wouldn't be fitting to just end a game with only a 10-9 matchup. Some type of overtime, some type of shootout is what we are looking for right now, ladies and gentlemen. If both teams hold front, that's what we have. Bobby Schmidt, my excellent color commentator, has something to say.
If I were a gambling man, I never would have saw this coming. I would have had my money. I would have doubled down on Indian Hill, but Scioto has come back, and this is not what you want to see if you're a Braves fan. But
just over 1 minute to play after 2 excellent saves by Chris Stokely. Indian Hill's pressing it up. It's Cole Cousineau. He's looking for a shot. He's looking for something to do. He's looking to make haste somehow, trying to get this Indian Hill team a goal that give them state playoff championship, a run, home field advantage the whole time on this beautiful turf with this crowd, this opportunity of a lifetime to be a Division I state champions. But a whistle's going to stop play here, and it's going to be
that's going to be on Scioto.
Timeout. It's a timeout on Indian Hill here.
Looked like there might have been a foul out there on one of the defensemen of Scioto.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A chance for the announcers, for the fans, for the people encapsulating this area, for those that are witnessing this game, a chance to catch their breath, as this timeout is going to signify just who's going to be the state playoff contenders this year, just who's going to be the #1 seeds.
Man, both people's fans, both teams' fans are really getting into it. You know, Brave students are down there getting a cheer on, and other than the clappers there, you're not hearing too much noise from the Scioto people.
Oh, we're hearing plenty of noise, Bob.
Oh, it's plenty of noise, and it's, you know.
After the game, we'll hear plenty of noise too,
Yeah,
I'm sure,
yeah.
but that's only to be expected
Yeah,
from
folks,
a game of this magnitude.
Folks, please stay tuned. We're going to try and bring you some post-game locker room feeds, and we'll try
Get
to
on
get
our
you some
Kevlar
interviews.
vest if
Yeah.
need be.
Yeah. You need the bulletproof vest maybe after this game, so shots are going to be fired.
Paul Neihart, Bobby Schmidt here at live from Tomahawk Stadium, tape style. You know, this is a game we've been honored to call and honored to witness for free. You know, this is a game that we'll never forget, obviously, as we thought the Mueller game was something we obviously hadn't seen anything yet, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, it's like deja vu. I dream about games like this, and now finally getting to watch one in real life, it's something else.
We're coming down, 45 seconds left in this game. Maybe a game of a lifetime for Indian Hill, or a game to remember for always for Dublin.
The game
Scioto.
of the century.
A game of the century. This is going to be an instant classic, no doubt, no matter which way it ends up.
Look for this on ESPN Classics, folks.
Or IHTN, the most comprehensive student-run television network in the country. Nonetheless, it's going to be Indian Hill's ball. 46 seconds left. That timeout was called most likely to give this Indian Hill team its breath back and also to call some type of play. It's going to be Matt McCall with Adam Tolliver up top.
And again, Paul, is there anywhere else you would rather be right now?
No. Adam Tolliver passes it up. It's too high for Sean Chamberlain. It's rolling. It's rolling. It's recovered by Cole Cousineau. There he is. He's
Nice
swimming
spin
around.
move.
20 seconds left. Indian Hill has a chance here to score a goal. They might have the last shot. It's going to be Adam Tolliver. He presses it in. He's looking for a man. This Dublin team is playing very aggressive outside and both inside. 10 seconds left. Shot of the goal. It looks like it hit the goal and didn't go in, actually. From our view, it was tough to say. And there's going to be a legal procedure
A crease
here.
violation.
Crease violation by Adam Tolliver. No. A crease violation by the goalkeeper. 8 seconds. Indian Hill's going to have the ball right around the goal scoring area. This one for all the marbles. Either this or overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 seconds left in regulation. It's going to be Indian Hill possession. Sean Chamberlain dances around. He's got no time. He's got no time. He's being defended, and we're going to go to overtime. Great
overtime.
defense by Charlie Norton. Ladies and gentlemen, the game we knew would be great from the beginning. It was this and all we thought it would be, and then some. Ladies and gentlemen, 10-10, end of regulation. Both teams fighting to the death here, it seems like. Bobby Schmidt, Paul Neihart, game we'll remember for all times. We haven't seen a game this exciting, seemingly since last Tuesday, but if you want to trace the clock back all the way to the state championship game, Division II, but this is much great of a magnitude as this is Division I. Bobby.
Yeah, the last time as you said, Paul, the last time the Braves have seen overtime was in the state championship game last year, where they were victorious and took home the 2002 state championship. Well, this is a tough one to call. I mean, this is a nail biter. I mean, I've seen game after game after game, and I'm having trouble predicting this one. Braves looked like they still got the momentum on their side. The ball's still in their court. For them, for their sake, let's hope so. But anything can happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, a few overtime rules here. Is it looks like there's going to be 4 minutes left in the overtime. I believe it, Bobby, is it sudden death? I believe.
I don't believe it is sudden death. I think they play a 4-minute. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was stand corrected. It is a
sudden death, right?
A sudden death. They got 4 minutes. It's a sudden death, and whoever makes that first goal takes all the marbles.
This is where you define the state championship team, and this is a great experience for both teams as it shows. This isn't a state playoff game, but it has that atmosphere.
Yeah.
It has that feel. It has that demanding.
I mean, you can smell, the championship atmosphere. I mean, it's just, it's not there, but it is.
Yeah. And, when it comes playoff time, even if these teams don't meet again, which I'm sure these refs are probably hoping, you know, this experience is going to be so great for him nonetheless.
Oh, if there's a second matchup of these two teams, that game is going to be even better than this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, get yourself a ducat for that one.
Yeah.
And sit down and enjoy that game. But nonetheless, this game's not even over yet.
The Irish should probably enjoy that.
The Irish would enjoy it. Well, in excess, in about. That's the rule.
They almost abused the privilege.
Nonetheless, it's going to be the Indian Hill team matching up. It's going to be Cole Kuznin naturally against the matchup. And that ball's kicked. It's a ground ball. It's flying up in the air. It looks like Adam Tolliver sees it. It comes for the ball. It's going to be scioto ball. First goal wins. They've got first possession here, it looks like.
You almost got to hold your breath on these, Paul.
The ball's loose. Ball's loose. Comes to Chris Stokely.
Great defense.
Passes up to Cole Kuznin. He spins around. He's looking for a man to pass to. He finds Alex Cole. Whistles are blowing. Timeout, Indian Hill. Okay, so it looks like he waited for his first possession to set up his play here. He's going to use his best guys, get his best guys on the field, and just raise the drama if he needed to anymore.
Yeah, Coach Gavin, I think he's trying to set something up. Maybe get the ball into the hands of the infamous number 20, Eddie Ferrugia.
Indian Hill came out in the first half. Didn't play their best ball. Dublin Scioto played excellent ball.
Oh, they played excellent.
Played to their fullest. Played like a crisp Division I powerhouse like they are, like you'd expect them to. Scoring 3 quick goals early. Indian Hill answered. Made it a 3-1 game. Then seemingly a 4-2 game it became. Then all of a sudden, Scioto jumped out to an 8-4 lead, and it seemed like Indian Hill was going to get run out to the train tracks and run all over left and right. But no, this Indian Hill team stormed back with 5 quick goals and much controversy to a 9-8 to what is now a 10-10 lead after Scioto answered the bell and came out and tied up this Indian Hill team in very, very dramatic fashion. And that leaves us with 3:30 left in this overtime sudden death matchup. This Indian Hill team fired up. This Scioto team fired up. These fans fired up. These announcers speechless of what to say as Indian Hill now has the second possession in this first overtime.
I mean, I am almost at a loss of words, Paul. I mean, not entirely, and you never, but this is going to be something else.
Yeah, it's such a long game. I've almost run out of one-liners, but that's usually not the case. Nonetheless, it's going to be Matt McCall up top, swinging it around to Cole Kuznin. Indian Hill had to have drawn up some type of play here, you'd think, after the timeout.
Oh, most definitely.
Either looking to get it to Eddie or to Matt. Or no, the fire is high, and that one just had too much mustard on it. Yeah. Whether or not that was the shot that Gavin Chamberlain wanted, we'll never know. It's just, it fired high.
Well, I don't think that's how it looked on paper, but it never is,
Yeah. Indian Hill comes in. Sean Chamberlain, shot on the goal. He's tripped up, and the ball comes out to defensive man Charlie Norden, I believe. Yes.
Make a play on it.
Here comes Russ Beckstermuller, who's getting ridden all over the place. There's a scruffle for the ball on the ground. It's fired back up into possession, but it's
and the ball's knocked loose.
The ball knocked loose,
but then
still picked up. Offsides, I believe. What are they going to call?
Timeout, Scioto.
Timeout, Scioto. Good timeout. I'm not sure, actually, however. It looks like they might have had a breakaway there.
Yeah.
Looks like they had a man open down there. I thought maybe he might have been offsides because he was so open, but
don't know that was a good timeout by Scioto there.
Nonetheless, it was a timeout, and we just have 2:50 left to play. Indian Hill 10, Dublin Scioto 10. These fans, much to their chagrin, are waiting for this game to somehow come to a close in the favor of their respected teams. Paul Neihart, Bobby Schmidt, IHTN announcers extraordinaire. We're waiting for this game just to somehow come out, in the home team's favor, but nonetheless, we'll be satisfied either way because this has been a matchup to remember for a long time, Bobby.
Well, Paul, it's always an honor to do a game with you and to be here, stand side by side with you to see a game like this. It's really something special.
Yes.
Almost brings a tear to my eye.
Well, let's save the crying for later, and we can kiss and make up later, Bob, because right now we got a game on our hands. You know my cell phone number, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got your cell phone.
All right.
And your pager.
All right, 2:50 left in this first overtime of play. First goal wins. Scioto team patiently waiting on the sidelines. Getting fired up. This Indian Hill team fired up on the sidelines. It's going to be Scioto possession here. It's do or die for Indian Hill.
Number 9, Brandon Davis is going to commence play.
He comes around the goal. He's playing feverish defense here applied. Cut across the middle. Shot on goal, I believe, was off, and it's going to be Alex Cole recovers it.
Clear it, clear it.
Clear it. He does that exactly at Adam Tauber, who's getting very, very good defense by the Scioto team. Passed all the way upfield.
Wow. Who was that to?
That was, looked the closest man there was Eddie Ferrugia, but I don't believe he intended for that to go that far. It's going to be, looks like Charlie Nordham. He comes across. So this guy's got a lot of heat on him. Here it comes. Here it comes. Scioto's got the ball behind the net. They're looking for a play to happen. They come to the right. He wraps around. He puts a fire. He shoots. He scores a goal. Scioto wins the game. Scioto has won one of the biggest matchups of the year.
The biggest game.
In sudden death overtime, this Indian Hill team has just lost the game 11-10, but nobody is going to walk off the field tonight a loser, as this has been one of the best matchups probably in Ohio all year. The best matchup we have seen both in the flesh personally, as both teams fought hard, fought feverishly. Through much controversy and through much comebacks, we've seen this Indian Hill team fight. This Dublin Scioto team fight. They're both celebrating right now, and a well-deserved win for the Scioto team, and a tough, albeit a hard-fought loss for this Indian Hill team, Bob.
Definitely neither team should hang their heads, especially the Braves. You know, they gave it a great effort. They came out, really hustling, really trying, and sometimes, just you don't hit on all cylinders, and sometimes you don't come out the victor. But the great thing about this sport is there is another day. They travel, in fact, up to Columbus for a game on Sunday, and they will get their chance at revenge up there. And I wouldn't want to be their next victim, because I have a feeling that there's going to be some intense work and back to the drawing board for the Braves.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Paul Nyhart alongside Bobby Schmidt from Tomahawk Stadium. We've seen a heck of a matchup tonight. Dublin Scioto victorious against this Indian Hill Braves team, 11-10. We'll see you next week, folks.
It's always a pleasure.